Chapter 105, Are You Jealous? The Great Zhou's Beihai Province, the giant dragon in the river. Who ish? That question flashed through Han Ye's mind as he met Chu Jianyu's somewhat cold eyes, just about to say something to explain. Ning Yujing, standing beside him, smiled slightly and saved Han Yi from his awkward dilemma. Greetings, senior sister. I am a new disciple here to assist in caring for the spiritual plants. Please guide me in the future. A new disciple? Xiaoxianu glanced at Ning Yujing, not exactly in a pleasant mood. For some reason, she felt an air about the newcomer that made her uncomfortable. A new disciple and you lead them straight to the cave mansion. Han Yi, you sure are bold. Chu Jianyu's tone didn't get any better with junior sister Ning's explanation. Her expression remained stern as ever. She is really just a new disciple. Han Yi gave a bitter laugh. Very well, new disciple, let's move on to the sect leader's task. It is quite important. Chu Shanyu lightly swept past the issue, no longer dwelling on it. She chose to discuss the main matter at hand, putting the sect leader's words first and foremost. Han Yi could clearly feel her tone and attitude. She did not believe him. Under Great Zhou's jurisdiction, a large monster has been making trouble in Beihai Province. The sect has sent several expeditions of inter-sect disciples to deal with it, but all have returned fruitlessly. The sect leader has instructed us to handle it. A large monster in the North Sea? Han Yi murmured in confusion. He thought about it and found it quite odd. For such a monster, if the inter-sect disciples can't handle it, wouldn't it be fine to send a true inheritance disciple instead? Why send him and Chu Shanyu together? We will gather at the gate of the mountain in the time it takes an incense stick to burn. After Chu Shanyu left these words, she took off on her sword, leaving a fragrant breeze behind her. Why was she so jealous? Han Ye sucked in a breath of cold air, utterly confused. No matter, this outing might provide an opportunity to profit a bit. His attribute sword art mastery was progressing well. Once completed, he would possess the same swordsmanship strength as Chu Shanyu. Descendant of Sword Immortal, an orange attribute, was truly difficult to drop. He had spent an entire year unsuccessfully trying to reduce it. Ning Yujing at his side stared at Chu Jianyu's retreating figure, her gaze profound and her lips turned up in a small smile. Then, she turned to Han Yi with a serious face, saying, Senior brother, is she the famous Chu Shanzi of the Dragon Sparrow sect? Han Yi raised an eyebrow in doubt. Is she that well known? Very well known. She has eliminated many demons within 100 miles. Besides, she is the daughter of Chu Changfeng, the leading sword cultivator in the world. She is quite well known in the cultivation world. Upon hearing this, Han Yi finally realized how many tasks Chu Shanyu had completed in the past year. No wonder he often saw Chu Shanyu leaving. She was going out to complete tasks. Could the sect leader be seeking her out because of this? At the same time, Han Yi couldn't help but regard Ning Yujing highly. Quite astonished, you even know that her father is Chu Changfeng. Ning Yujing gave a light smile, saying, I forgot to mention, I come from a declining sect in Yuchuan State. Over there aren't many sects, most are ancient skeletal nations, worshipping one of the 9 heavens, the Brahma heaven. Speaking to this, she paused, her gaze dimmed, and continued, 3 years ago. My father was sacrificed alive to the heavens by the national teacher of the Shisyuan country. The sect was dissolved. Hearing of the Dragon Sparrow sect's renowned reputation, I came here for admiration. It took me a year on the road. Han Yi then realized, no wonder your talent is so exceptional. However, he didn't expect the Shisyuan country to be so brutal, performing live sacrifices. Outside of the Great Zhou dynasty, there are still many country forces from the 9 heavens and 10 earths present in Central Earth. Then he comforted her, don't worry. In the Dragon Sparrow sect, as long as you cultivate properly and grow stronger, no matter what revenge or what matter, everything can be done. Yes, senior brother, I will try my best. Ning Yujing pressed her rosy lips together and nodded lightly. First, look after the spiritual plants, water them, loosen the soil. I'm heading out for a task, I'll be back soon. Then, I'll teach you some spells, Han Yi instructed her carefully. He was actually using this task to test this junior sister Ning. He was very familiar with every single spiritual plant here. He would immediately notice anything that went amiss. In reality, he didn't quite trust this junior sister Ning. One must always guard against others. After all, she was a newly arrived disciple. Regardless of her interpersonal behavior or etiquette, everything about her seemed perfect. Such a flawless individual was the person he felt he needed to guard against the most. Han Yi summoned his spirit sword flame and strode through the air, turning into a stream of light that vanished into the sky. Watching his disappearing figure, Ning Yujing's expression slowly turned neutral. She silently stared at pure Yang Peak enveloped by the spiritual mist, glanced around, and finally sat down on a rock. Cradling her knees and murmuring softly, demon chart, where on earth are you?" At the entrance of Qingyun Immortal Mountain, Chu Shanyu was waiting alone for Han Ye's arrival. "Why does my heart feel a bit uncomfortable?" Chu Shanyu leaned against the stone wall of the gate, feeling slightly puzzled. She didn't really understand why she felt quite upset seeing another girl by Han Ye's side. It was a peculiar feeling that she had never experienced before. Over the past year, apart from carrying out sect tasks, she spent every day practicing swordsmanship with Han Yi. The more times they met, the more unusual it felt for her not seeing him for an entire month. Moreover, before Elder Zhang left, he had stopped her and given her a piece of advice. She hadn't forgotten it. "Chu, my friend, when you journey to the North Sea, it would be best to find someone to accompany you." "Elder, why is that? Your journey ahead holds a great danger. With another person, this calamity can be avoided." "Thank you, Elder." Chu Shanyu looked up at the sky, her thoughts paused slightly. A thread of red light appeared and Han Ye's figure slowly emerged. "I'm here, you're here? Then let's go." Chu Shanyu gave him an annoyed glance before flying straight towards the mountain gate. Still angry? Han Ye quickly caught up with her, seeing Chu Shanyu staying silent. He laughed wryly. "Why do you think the sect master arranged for the two of us to go on this mission? Was this really the sect master's idea?" Chu Shanyu replied with a poker face, "It was the sect master's idea." "All right then." Han Yi shrugged his shoulders looking at her expression, choosing to not say more. Between the mountain peaks, both Yun Zuzi and Elder Zhang were overlooking the mountains. As they watched the two streaks of light leaving the sect, Yun Zuzi turned to Elder Zhang, stroking his beard, and asked, "After this journey, we will be able to determine who the prophesized person is, won't we?" Elder Zhang gave a slight smile. "It's almost certain. The sect master just needs to wait and see. With the prophesized person identified, we can finally put this matter aside. There are still many immortal gates coveting our Dragon Sparrow sect. Recently, many cultivators were constantly lurking outside our sect, waiting for an opportunity. It seems the influence of the demon chart has been significant. I'm worried that practitioners of the demon path have already infiltrated our sect. We have to be careful about this." Yun Zuzi frowned. "As for the matter of the demon chart, Han Yi can resolve it on his own." Elder Zhang revealed a confident smile, asserting his belief in the outcome. As long as the sect master remains in control for one day, these leftover demon path practitioners will not be able to stir up any trouble.